If you love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster and how it looks after the 2026 NFL Draft, make sure to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get 300 likes on today's show. Coming up on today's show, presented by Prize Picks, you're watching Bucs Breakdown. I am very sorry for my voice. I am getting over a cold, but I still got to bring you the best Bucs content out there. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about the 53-man roster and what it could potentially look like if they had to make cuts today. Now, starting with the quarterback position. Baker Mayfield, obviously, going into his contract year. He could get extended in the summer here. I think that's probably the better idea, so you can get ahead of that, quarterback potential of maybe he does well. Hopefully he does well in 2026, and then you might have to pay him a lot more money than you would in this summer. Jake Browning, I think he is the backup on this team. I think you only need 2 quarterbacks on this team, so you sign him in free agency. They didn't do that just for fun. He's got a lot of experience coming behind backing up Joe Burrow, so he's coming over from Cincinnati. I think him and Baker will make a good duo there in the quarterback room, and I don't think you need anyone more. If Connor makes a push in mini camp and anything like that, but I think he just stays on the practice squad for now. All right, moving on to the Bucs running back depth chart. Looks a little different this year without Rachaad White. Obviously, Bucky Irving, running back 1. I think Zach Robinson's going to have him humming this year. Kenneth Gainwell brings a great receiving option for Baker Mayfield in that backfield, and he's a very, very good run blocker as well. And then Sean Tucker, our big guy there. So I think we take those 3 and then keep Owen Wright as well. Keep Owen Wright just because, he brings a lot on special teams, and I think there's nothing more we need from that running back room. I think Owen Wright is basically a special teams guy. Sean Tucker's going to be that third down, red zone type of running back. And then Kenneth Gainwell and Bucky Irving are going to go back and forth in terms of just bringing more targets for Zach Robinson's offense. Moving on to the wide receivers. Emeka Egbuka is going to have his time to shine this year. Wide receiver 1 after Mike Evans leaves in free agency. Jalen McMillan coming back from his injury. I'm excited to see what he can do. Chris Godwin, run him in the slot because that's more of what he knows, what he's good at, but he can still play on the outside as well. But he's getting a little bit older, and he's got 1 more year left on his contract, so we'll see what happens after that. Bring in Ted Hurst and David Sills in free agency. So I think this is what we look like. And you guys see the numbers on screen right now. We're just counting along. There's no this guy's number 1, this guy's number 2, or anything like that. More just counting the roster spots. So at the end, we can see we get to 53. So Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, Ted Hurst, our guy from Georgia State that we drafted in the 2026 NFL Draft. Excited to see what he can do. Tez Johnson might not have a huge role on this offense, but I like him in motion, sort of like that offense that Zach Robinson plays. You can run him in motion a lot. That's what we did last year. David Sills, you bring him in from Atlanta in free agency. I love that pickup. He's a big body wide receiver for Baker Mayfield to throw to. And then Kameron Johnson brings you a lot of special teams depth in terms of punt return, kick return, that type of stuff, and good depth in the wide receiver room as well, and he's familiar with the offense as well. All right, 7 total wide receivers there. Going on to the tight end room, you bring back Cade Otton for 3 more years. He's tight end 1. Payne Durham, he's more of a blocking tight end. Devin Culp, Kieft coming back. He's a blocking tight end as well, special teams guy too. I think we only keep oh my goodness, I forgot to add Bauer Sharp to the actual depth chart that we have right now. But he is our tight end that we picked up in the 2026 NFL Draft. So you use a draft pick on him, most likely going to have him on the roster. But Bauer Sharp coming from LSU, I like the upside on that one as well. He's got the height, the weight. Cade Otton, Payne Durham, Kieft. Unfortunately, Devin Culp misses the mark right now. Culp should have a spot on the practice squad, but you never know with training camp and rookie camp and everything like that. Culp, he has a chance to make it, but I think if you use that draft pick on Bauer Sharp, I think he makes it over Devin Culp. Now, before we continue on with the rest of the offense and the offensive line, I want to give a huge shout-out to our presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app out there. If you haven't downloaded it already, make sure you go ahead and do so, because today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. It's America's #1 sports picks app. It's a great place to play. If the basketball season is fully in the playoffs right now, same thing with hockey. So if you want to get in the action, make sure to download the Prize Picks app. It is the best place to win some cash while watching sports. I've been actually using it since 2022, so that should give you a reason to trust me and Prize Picks. You're in luck, too. With the new social feeds feature app, you can actually see this lineup that I'm making for tonight's games, the playoffs in basketball. We got Josh Hart, the more on his points, rebounds, and assists. That's at 24.5. And then Prize Picks has this really cool thing where you can combo people. So I'm comboing Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown for their points. 51.5. I'm going more. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. And then as well as VJ Edgecombe, the guard from the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm having a demon pick there, which is a little bit of a higher payout at the end there. It is 15.5 points. I'm taking the more on that. It's an 8.5 multiplier, $20 to win 170. So if you wanted to see my lineup, that social feeds feature allows you to do so. You can follow me at Reed Barkus to see all my lineups. It's super simple to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats. Lock in your lineup. If you're a new user, PrizePicks has a new offer for you. Download the PrizePicks app today with the link in the comments and the description and use code HMA. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Don't forget, that's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Moving on to our offensive line depth chart. This is what it looks like right now after our additions in the offseason and in the draft. We got Tristan Wirfs, Ben Bredeson, Graham Barton, Cody Mauch, and Luke Goedeke as our starters. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is a top 10, top 15 offensive line room when healthy, and hopefully they do stay healthy. So who I'm keeping? Tristan Wirfs, obviously. Those top 5 right there. And then Benjamin Chukwuma. Mr. Chuk, I love his last name. About keeping him, he's a great depth piece. Got some run in last year. Our draft pick in Billy Schrauth, got to keep him. If you're using a draft pick on him, I would expect them to keep him. Dan Feeney also got some run last year. Justin Skule comes in back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in free agency after spending some time with the Vikings. And then Elijah Klein, he gives you some versatility there in the guard spot. I think he's a great person to bring back. And so those are who I'm keeping. We're at 27 right now. But before we continue on, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone watching this video right now. If you're part of the 2,000 subscribers that we just amassed after the 2026 NFL Draft, I just want to say thank you so much. If you subscribe, you get free Bucks videos. If you guys are subscribers already right now, just go in the comments. For the people who aren't subscribed yet, let them know. It's a good place to have some fun with other Bucks fans, watch some fun Bucks videos for $0. YouTube.com/Bucks. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to join the channel, and thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. All right, moving on to the depth chart of the defensive line. Calijah Kancey comes in at defensive end. Vita Vea going into what's probably his last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unless you want to bring him back, or he may retire. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm just kind of thinking out of my head right now. A'Shawn Robinson, you bring him in free agency to a big body on that defensive line. But I think we're going to stay with Vita Vea, Calijah Kancey, and A'Shawn Robinson. And then our next draft pick, DeMonte Capehart. I think he is going to be a huge addition to this defensive line. You know, not a huge production guy at Clemson, but I think having a big guy to stop the run, he's over 300 pounds, and just a big guy. Defensive line from Clemson, I mean, I'm in. So I think a lot of upside there. And then you bring back Nacho. He's making the team. Big veteran presence in the locker room and on the field as well. He can collect that. Him, A'Shawn Robinson, Vita Vea, like Nacho, they're all going to make that defensive line a lot better with just their experience and being a veteran. All right. Excuse me. We got linebackers now. Obviously, our guy, Rueben Tampa Bain Jr. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Still getting over my sickness. But Rueben Bain Jr., number 15 overall pick. He is slotted in as the starter. I think he's a day one starter for sure. And then you can see there next to him, Josiah Trotter, I have a feeling that he is going to get some more runs in front of Servassier Dennis. I think Dennis had a chance to prove himself last year, did not. Alex Anzalone is going to be your green dot, and then Yaya Diaby is going to be a captain on that defense as well. So here is who I'm bringing if we had to make cuts today. Yaya Diaby, Rueben Bain Jr., Al-Quadin Muhammad, who you signed from the Detroit Lions in free agency. Anthony Nelson, I mean, he's a great depth piece as well. Showed himself last year that he can provide some good play there. David Walker coming back from injury. I'm very excited to see what he can do. We got to give him a chance. I think he can really shine. Alex Anzalone, obviously Josiah Trotter, Christian Roseboom in free agency, and then Servassier Dennis. So 5 edge rushers and 4 linebackers. If you guys have any thoughts of yourself, please do not be shy. Let me know in the comment section if you're like, hey, this guy's an idiot. What is he talking about? Please, I want to know. I want to know your guys' opinion too, because I'm just a fan like you. Zion McCollum for the cornerbacks. He is CB1. You restructure his contract, so he's definitely staying for at least a couple years. And then Benjamin Morrison, I have him at CB2. And then Jacob Parrish at nickel. And I know you guys are like, where's Keontae Scott? Where's Keontae Scott? I have him on the safety room. So the cornerbacks that I'm bringing are those 3. And then Josh Hayes and Chase Lucas. They bring a lot of depth on special teams as well. But as well, they've been here before. And I think if anything were to happen in that secondary, they can slot in a lot of different places, like Chase Lucas in the nickel, Josh Hayes outside. They can mismatch. So versatility there is good for just having a couple corners there. And then moving on to the safety room, we got Tyke Smith, Antoine Winfield Jr. I'm very confident in those 2 players right there. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. I'm coughing like a storm over here. In free safety, we got Miles Kilbrew. He's more of a special teams captain, I think, coming over from Pittsburgh. So I think he's definitely going to make it. And then you see there Keontae Scott. So I think Keontae Scott is definitely going to be a huge value pick. And we're going to look back at this draft and be like, how the hell did he fall to 116 when you get him there? And he's going to be your Cooper DeJean type of player where you move him up in the box, he's going to blitz like he can and play aggressive and play fast. And I think he's going to be a fan favorite next year. And like I said, Miles Kilbrew, he's going to be the special teams captain. So I think you only bring 4 safeties. And a lot of that secondary can be moved around as well. Because Keontae Scott, I think, can play on the outside corner as well. He's very, very versatile. So very excited for him to be on the squad. And then to round out our 53-man roster projection, this is just the full special teams. But Chase McLaughlin, Riley Dixon, you sign over. And then Evan Decker is the long snapper. And Kenneth Gainwell is probably going to be your kick returner because he's very good at that. Kameron Johnson will stay your punt returner. But they can move that around. Sean Tucker plays kick returner as well. So if you're talking about special teams, Chase McLaughlin, kicker, Riley Dixon, punter, Evan Decker's long snapper. You only really need 3. That's really all you need. So that's my 53-man roster projection. If you have your own 53 roster projection, please let me know. Did I miss anyone? Are you like, I can't believe you missed this guy? Please let me know down in the comment section. As well, which side of the ball are you more excited about for 2026? Type O for offense, type D for defense. If I was asking this question, or if I was answering this question, I'd probably have to go defense just because I'm so excited to see what Rueben Bain Jr. can do. By the way, stay tuned. Our design team here may have a Rueben Bain shirt coming in the future. So if you want that, let me know down in the comments section. And as always, thank you so much for watching to the end of today's video. That's all I got for you. By the way, reminder to hit the like button. We're trying to get to 200 likes. Show my bosses that we're doing something here right at Bucks Breakdown. So as always, fire the cannons.